some European countries still use the Holocaust after 6 decades as the excuse to pay fine or ransom to the Zionists. Should it not be an obligation upon the slave masters or colonial powers to pay reparations to the affected nation?
Shalom and welcome to Elders of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Today's topic is entitled Analyzing Ahmadinejads' Speech and the Super Rich Will Be Destroyed. All right? Because that's basically who he got on in this speech. As you know, they had this past week, they're still over there in New York City at the UN General Assembly. And the so-called president of America, the puppet of America, the puppet president of America, he spoke. He didn't really say anything. But the eyes was on Ahmadinejad spoke. And basically he brought the house down, and he does what he normally does. Like if you take a rat repellent or a big can of Raid or a bomb, you get out, or you set that bomb off, all the roaches scatter and all the rats scatter. And basically, he's basically like the rat scatterer of the UN. He goes in there, he'll start speaking, and all of a sudden you see a bunch of damn Edomites from different nations getting up and leaving, and all he's doing is telling you the truth. You know? Now, I look at these so-called black leaders that this devil set up for us. This devil, this Edomite, Satan, he didn't even set up our own black leaders, such as clowns like Jesse Jackass Jackson, Al Sharpton, and the rest of those assholes that are really just little dogs to the elite. That's all they are. They're there to pacify you jakes, because they ain't coming out there asking for reparation and, you know, throwing in their face the fact that we were brought over here against our will to serve slavery, you know. But it takes a man from another nation to come all the way from the other side of the world to come and curse you out and to remind you of what you devils did and how you became rich off that. And then you walk around thinking that you're innocent and that you're not going to pay for it, man. Well, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay in a big way. And like I said, the super rich, you're going to be destroyed. And when I mean by destroyed is you're going to lose your power, you're going to lose your riches, we're going to get your riches, and then you're going to be slaves. And after you serve a time of slavery, you're going to be exterminated. All right? You got anything? All right. Now, since you don't got anything, I'm going to go right into it. I'm sorry. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with the actual speech, and I have it set up. I'm not going to let you hear the whole speech. The speech is like 30 minutes long, but I'm trying to go right to the point. I believe I have it set it up that way. So give me a second and bear with us. All right, go ahead.
From fulfilling their noble desires and aspirations. Most nations of the world are unhappy with the current international circumstances, and despite the general longing and aspiration to promote peace, progress and fraternity, wars, mass murder, widespread poverty, and socio-economic and political crisis continue to infringe upon the rights and sovereignty of nations, which leave behind irreparable damage worldwide against all nations in the world. Approximately 3 billion people of the world live on less than $2.5 a day, and over 200 million people.
That's a damn shame. Half of the world's population, each person lives off of a little bit more than $2 a day. When you have multi-billionaires out there. And this devil, anytime he goes somewhere, he always wants to bring something to you. He wants to bring you democracy. He loves everybody. He always wants peace. But when you set up situations like that, you cause people to lose it, man. Just like Salente always says, when people have nothing else to lose, they lose it. Now, how in the hell can you live off a damn $2 a day? And that's half the world's population. And that's why you're going to see those rats leave the UN. See, the whole world is waking up to you damn devils. And you devils, the finger's pointing to you as to who the devil really is. And it's you. That's why the Arab nations call you the great Satan. And he didn't get up there and call you the devil and call you this. Basically, he didn't even say, he didn't point the finger at nobody. He kept asking the question, who did this? Who did that? Who supplied this? Who dropped bombs on that? And then these devils started getting up and leaving like you're some righteous people. And your attitude is like the nerve of him talking like that when he's merely telling you the truth. Go ahead.
Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Read that again.
It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when...
So now, who's in authority? Who's in authority over the whole world? Esau, the so-called white man, whether they be Europeans, like when they, about a month and a half ago, when they downgraded the AAA credit status of the United States from AAA to AA plus, they showed all the nations that had AAA credit ratings, and they were all European nations, except for one, Singapore. Japan wasn't on that list. China wasn't on that list. The African nations wasn't on that list. And the Arab nations wasn't on that list. So who runs this world? He who has the gold rules. That's an old saying. What did the Rothschild, one of the Rothschilds said, was it Maya Amschel Bauer that said, give me the nation's money and I care not who makes the laws? Was that him that said, okay, he's a patriot of the Rothschilds, of the Rothschild clan. Read that again.
It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Now, based upon what's going on in the world, based upon what he just said, Ahmadinejads, based upon what he said, now I don't know if where he got those facts from. I didn't double check the facts, but it seems to make sense. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some research and I'm going to see if the facts are true. But it makes sense. There's a lot of poverty among the masses of people on this planet.
20-month-old Asha was in good health when her
So
mother fled
if the righteous are in authority,
8 months have passed.
shouldn't the
and
people
now Asha
rejoice?
is severely malnourished.
So if you're not the righteous, if you're what's the opposite of the righteous? The wicked. Read again.
It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule,
the wicked beareth rule. So you have the righteous, then you have the opposite of the righteous, which is the wicked. Go ahead.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Now look up the word mourn. And when it says the people mourn, ultimately it's talking about on the planet Earth. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Hebrew word there for mourn is anak, which means sign, groan, in pain or grief, grasp or gasp, moan of cattle. You notice it says of cattle.